Welcome back, everybody. These are the films that we loved of 1952. We got blockbusters, we got some duds, we got some horror, romance, comedy, we have it all. Let's check out the films that we loved that were the best films of 1952. Abbott and Costello meet Captain Kidd, adventure, comedy, and musical. Rocky and Pudd'nhead are waiting tables at an inn on Tortuga when a letter given to them by Lady Jane for delivery to Martingale gets switched with a treasure map. Against All Flags, action, adventure, and drama. Brian Hawk of the Royal Navy versus the Pirates of Madagascar. Next up we have is the classic A Girl in Every Port, comedy. After two sailors are conned into buying a lame racehorse, they go ashore to sort out the problem, but when they realize that the horse is one of a pair of identical twins. Androceles and the Lion, adventure, comedy, and family. Story of a Christian in ancient Rome who befriends a lion. Androceles and the Lion. Next up we have is Angel Face, crime and drama. Ambulance driver Frank Jessup is ensnared in the schemes of the sensuous but dangerous Diane Tremaine. Angel Face. Bloodhounds of Broadway, comedy and musical. A calculating New York bookie hires a talented singer and dancer to entertain his nightclub. Bloodhounds of Broadway. You'll love Bloodhounds of Broadway. Blackbeard the Pirate, adventure and romance. Honest Edward Maynard finds himself serving as ship surgeon under the infamous pirate Blackbeard. Blackbeard the Pirate. Boots Malone. I love this film. Boots Malone is Jockey's agent and a bit of a wheel dealer who went from living at the Ritz to living room at the stables. Drama and sport, starring William Holden. Captain Pirate, action, adventure, and drama. In 1690, hardened pirate Captain Blood's quiet existence is shaken up when the Crown rearrests him on fresh piracy charges, but the captain suspects he's being set up. Carrie, a young girl from a provincial town, learns the bitter reality of a big city and great love. Carrie. Next up we have is The Greatest Show on Earth, drama, family, and romance. The dramatic lives of trapeze artists, a clown, and an elephant trainer are told against a background of circus spectacle. Come Back, Little Sheba, drama and romance. An emotionally remote recovering alcoholic and his dowdy, unambitious wife face a personal crisis when they take in an attractive lodger. Cripple Creek, western. Lawmen infiltrate bandit gang to catch mining crooks. Cripple Creek. This movie is a scorcher. Next up we have is the classic Deadline, USA, crime and drama. With his newspaper about to be sold, crusading editor Ed Hutchinson tries to complete an expose on gangster Rienzi. Don't Bother to Knock, drama and mystery. After being dumped by his girlfriend, an airline pilot pursues a babysitter in his hotel and gradually realizes she's dangerous. Udin Fool, comedy. Satch discovers that he is heir to a farm in rural hillbilly country. He and the boys go to the farm to check it out. Mayhem ensues. Udin Fool. Hangman's Knot, drama and western. A Confederate major and his troops are falsely led to believe the Civil War is not over and become wanted men after they attack a Union Army wagon train in Nevada. Has anybody seen my gal? Comedy. An aging heirless millionaire wants to leave his fortune to the unsuspecting family of his first love, but not before testing his prospective heirs by living with them. Here Come the Marines, comedy. The boys get drafted into the Marines. On their first day in basic training, comedy and mayhem ensues. Next up we have is the classic High Noon with Gary Cooper. Drama, thriller, and western. A town marshal, despite the disagreements of his newlywed bride and the townspeople around him, must face a gang of deadly killers alone at high noon. Hold That Line. Action, comedy, and sport. To settle a wager, 2 university alumni enroll the Bowery Boys in their college. Enticed by money, and the boys accept the offer. The importance of being earnest. Comedy and drama. When Algernon discovers that his friend Ernest has created a fictional brother for whenever he needs a reason to escape dull country life. Comedy and drama, the importance of being earnest. Ivanhoe. Adventure, drama, and romance. A knight seeks to free the captive King Richard and put him back on the throne. Ivanhoe. Next up we have is the comedy, family and fantasy, Jack and the Beanstalk with Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Abbott Costello's version of the famous fairy tale about a young boy who trades the family cow for magic beans. Forbidden Games. Comedy, drama, and war. A young French girl orphaned in Nazi air attack is befriended by the son of a poor farmer, and together they try to come to terms with the realities of death. Jumping Jacks. Nightclub comic Hap Smith assumes the identity of another soldier so he can tour army bases in review with his ex-partner Chuck Allen. Jumping Jacks. Comedy and musical. Limelight. A fading comedian and a suicidal, despondent ballet dancer must look to each other to find purpose and hope in their lives. Drama, musical, and romance. Lone Star. Drama and western. Ex-President Andrew Jackson sends Texas Devereaux back home on a mission to facilitate Sam Houston's drive for U.S. statehood. Lost in Alaska with Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. 2 volunteer firemen rescue a gold prospector from suicide. However, once they discover that the police mistakenly want them for murder, they travel to Alaska to escape. Macao. Adventure, crime, and drama. Nick Cochran, an American in exile in Macao, has a chance to restore his name by helping capture an international crime lord. Adventure, crime, and drama. Meet Danny Wilson. Drama and musical. Danny Wilson and partner Mike make a meager living singing in dives and hustling pool. Meet Danny Wilson. Monkey Business. Comedy and sci-fi. A chemist finds his personal and professional life turned upside down when one of his chimpanzees finds the fountain of youth. Monkey Business. Moulin Rouge. Biography, drama, and musical. Fictional account of French artist Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. Moulin Rouge. Next up we have is My Man and I. Drama. In California, a Mexican-American is falsely accused of killing the farmer he was working for, after the racist farmer sniped his immigrant employee with a bad check. My Man and I. No Holds Barred. Comedy and family. Satch acquires super strength, which the boys attempt to cash in on by turning him into professional wrestler. No Holds Barred. Pat and Mike. Comedy, romance, and sport. Pat is a woman's sports sensation unless her fiancé is around. Her new shady manager Mike keeps them apart and develops feelings for her. Phone call from a stranger. While awaiting a delayed flight, a lawyer who has left his unfaithful wife befriends 3 fellow passengers. Drama. Phone call from a stranger. Next up we have is the thriller The Quiet Man. Comedy, drama, romance, and thriller. A retired American boxer returns to the village of his birth in 1920s Ireland, where he falls for a spirited redhead whose brother is contemptuous of their union. The Winning Team. Biography, drama, and family. Poor health and alcoholism forced Grover Cleveland Alexander out of baseball. The winning team. The Big Sky. Adventure, drama, and western. The success of the journey focuses on keeping the Indian girl alive as well as themselves to complete trade with the Blackfeet. The Big Sky. Springfield Rifle. Thriller, war, and western. Major Lex becomes the North's first counter-espionage agent as he tries to discover who's behind the theft of Union cavalry horses. Springfield Rifle. This woman is dangerous. Drama. A tough lady gangster learns that she will be totally blind within a week. She seeks help from one of the eye surgeons who may be able to save her sight. This woman is dangerous. Road to Bali. Adventure, comedy, and fantasy. Two unemployed showbiz pals accept treasure diving work in Bali for a local princess, and they find treasure, love, and trouble. Next up we have is Room for One More. New Jersey couple Anna and Poppy become foster parents to several kids born into less fortunate circumstances. Comedy and family. Next up we have is Sailor Beware. Comedy, musical, and romance. Although allergic to kissing girls, Seaman Melvin Jones, through a fluke TV appearance, gets the undeserved reputation of a great kisser. Sailor Beware. Singing in the Rain. Comedy, musical, and romance. A silent film star falls for a chorus girl, just as he and his delusionally jealous screen partner are trying to make the difficult transition to talking pictures in 1920s Hollywood. Son of Paleface. Comedy and western. Junior Potter returns to claim his father's gold, which is nowhere to be found. Son of Paleface. The Sound Barrier. Adventure, drama, and romance. Fictionalized story of British aerospace engineers solving the problem of supersonic flight. Next up we have is the classic Sudden Fear. Thriller, drama. After an ambitious actor insinuates himself into the life of a wealthy middle-aged playwright and marries her, he plots with his mistress to murder her. El Bombero Atómico. Cantinflas is a clumsy fireman who one day receives a visit of his little goddaughter, whose mother recently died in the jungle. El Bombero Atómico. The Big Tree. A Quaker colony tried to save the giant sequoias from a timber baron. Drama and western. Next up we have is the classic The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Adventure, drama, and romance. Writer Harry Street reflects on his life as he lies dying from an infection while on safari in the shadow of Mount Kilimanjaro. The Stooge. Comedy, drama, and music. Egotistical vaudevillian Bill Miller basks in the limelight with his successful musical comedy act, but his success is due to his unheralded second banana. The Winning Team. Biography, drama, and family. Poor health and alcoholism forced Grover Cleveland out of baseball, but through his wife's baseball efforts, he gets a chance for a comeback and redemption. The Winning Team. The Bad and the Beautiful. Drama and romance. An unscrupulous movie producer uses an actress, a director, and a writer to achieve success. Next up we have is The Lady Says No. Comedy, music, and romance. A woman writes a best-selling book for women, warning them about the dangers of men. Comedy, musical, and romance. The Lady Says No. Next up we have is The Old West. Drama, music, and western. Dr. Lockwood and his gang are trying to take away Autry's contract for supplying horses to the stagecoach line. Carson joins Autry in an effort to clean up the town of Saddle Rock. The Sniper. Crime drama. A sniper kills young brunettes as the police attempt to grapple with the psychology of the unknown assailant. Next up we have is drama and romance, The Star. A washed-up movie queen finds romance, but still desires a comeback. Betty Davis in The Star. Next up we have is the classic The Turning Point. Jerry McKibben is a tough, no-nonsense reporter, mentoring Special Prosecutor John Conroy in routing out corrupt officials in the city. The Turning Point. The Belle of New York. Comedy, musical, and romance. Playboy Charlie Hill meets beautiful Angela Bonfils, a mission house worker in the Bowery. The Belle of New York. The Black Castle. Adventure, horror, and mystery. Man investigates the disappearance of two of his friends, who were the guests of a sinister Austrian count. The Black Castle. Untamed Frontier. Western. Squeezed between Mexico and the Denbo family lands lies the U.S. government free grazing land, but the incoming settlers cannot reach it without trespassing on the Denbo property. What Price Glory? Comedy, drama, and romance. The wartime romantic misadventures of Captain Flag, commander of a captain of U.S. Marines in 1918 France. Treasure Hunt. Comedy. Short of money, the owners of Balrodin Hall must attempt to run it as a guest house, but not everyone is happy about the plan. Next up is Five Fingers. Crime, drama, and music. Five Fingers. During World War II, the valet to the British ambassador to Accra sells British secrets to the German while trying to romance a refugee Polish countess. Against All Flags. Action, adventure, and drama. Brian Hawke of the Royal Navy versus the Pirates of Madagascar. Against All Flags. April in Paris. Comedy, musical, and romance. A series of misunderstandings leads to a chorus girl traveling to Paris to represent the American theater, where she falls in love with a befuddled bureaucrat. Bend of the River. Action, adventure, and drama. When a town boss confiscates homesteader supplies after gold is discovered nearby, a tough cowboy risks his life to try and get it to them. Big Jim McLean. Crime, drama, and history. In the post-war Hawaii, House Un-American Activities Committee investigators Jim McLean and Mal Baxter hunt down communists. Carbine Williams. David Marshall Williams is sent to a prison farm where he works in the tool shop and eventually develops the precursor of the famous M1 carbine automatic rifle used in World War II. Carson City. When a banker finds the stagecoach shipments of gold from Carson City are vulnerable to holdups, he commissions the building of a railroad through the mountains. The Greatest Show on Earth. Drama, family, and romance. The dramatic lives of trapeze artists, a clown, and an elephant trainer are told against a background of circus spectacle. The Greatest Show on Earth. Clash by Night. Drama and romance. May Doyle comes back to her hometown a cynical woman. Her brother Joe fears that his love and worker Peggy may wind up like May. Come Back Little Sheba. An emotionally remote recovering alcoholic and his doubting unambitious wife face a personal crisis when they take in an attractive lodger. Come Back Little Sheba. The Crimson Pirate. Action, adventure, and comedy. During the 1700s, pirate Captain Ballo seizes a British warship and gets involved in various money-making schemes involving Caribbean rebels. Diplomatic Courier. Crime drama. A U.S. State Department courier tangles with Soviet agents and seductive women in post-World War II Europe. Don't Bother to Knock. After being dumped by his girlfriend, an airline pilot pursues a babysitter in his hotel and gradually realizes she's dangerous. The Duel at Silver Creek. Western. Marshall Tyrone and the Silver Kid from an form an uneasy alliance against a gang of claim jumpers. Next up we have is 8 Iron Men, Drama and War. During World War II in Italy, Sergeant Joe Mooney is leading his small squad on the front lines, but is ordered to avoid rescuing a soldier trapped in no man's land. Fearless Fagin. Comedy. A man brings his devoted pet with him when he is drafted into the army. The pet happens to be an adult lion named Fearless Fagin, based on a true story. Flesh and Fury, Drama and Sport. A deaf boxer is exploited by a gold-digging blonde. Flesh and Fury. Next up we have is The Green Glove, Crime, Drama, and Mystery. An ex-soldier and his new girlfriend comb France for a valuable relic, which others are willing to kill for. The Green Glove. Has anybody seen my gal? An aging, heirless millionaire wants to leave his fortune to the unsuspecting family of his first love, but not before testing his prospective heirs by living with them under the same roof. The Stranger in Between, also entitled Hunted. A violent fugitive and a mistreated small boy team up to flee from authority. A Stranger in Between. I Dream of Jeannie. The life and career of famed American composer Stephen Foster. I Dream of Jeannie. Biography, comedy, and drama. Next up we have is the classic Ivanhoe. A knight seeks to free the captive King Richard and put him back on the throne. Adventure, drama, and romance. Next up we have is the classic Limelight. A fading comedian and a suicidally despondent ballet dancer must look to each other to find purpose and hope in their lives. Limelight. Next up we have is $1 Million Mermaid. Biography, drama, and musical. Biopic of Australian swimming champ and entertainer Annette Kellerman. After overcoming polio, Kellerman achieves fame and creates a scandal with her life. Plymouth Adventure. Trials and tribulations beset the 100 odd settlers that the journey to Virginia in 1620. Plymouth Adventure. Pony Soldier. In 1876, a Canadian Northwest Mounted Police constable must obtain the release of white hostages captured by the Cree tribe that are raiding Montana from their Canadian reservation. The Winning Team. Poor health and alcoholism forced Grover Cleveland Alexander out of baseball, but through his wife's faithful efforts, he gets a chance for a comeback and redemption. Ruby Gentry. A sexy but poor young girl marries a rich man she doesn't love, but carries a torch for another man. Ruby Gentry. The Lawless Breed. Biography, drama, and western. After being released from prison, former gunfighter John Wesley Hardin hopes to have his autobiography published in order to rehabilitate his tarnished reputation. The Marrying Kind, comedy and drama. Florence and Chet Kiefer have had a troublesome marriage. Whilst in the middle of a divorce hearing, the judge encourages them to remember the good times. This Woman is Dangerous. A tough lady gangster learns that she will be totally blind within a week. She seeks help from the one eye surgeon who may be able to save her life. My Cousin Rachel. Drama, mystery, and romance. A young man plots revenge against the woman he believes murdered his cousin, but his plans are shaken when he comes face to face with the enigmatic beauty. Rancho Notorious. After the murder of his fiancée, a Wyoming ranch hand sets out to find her killer. Drama and western. Next up we have a Scaramucci. Action, adventure, and comedy. In France during the late 18th century, a man sets out to avenge the death of his friend at the hands of a master swordsman. Son of Ali Baba, action, adventure, and fantasy. Tashma Baba, the son of the famed Baghdad thief of Ali Baba, is a cadet in medieval Persian military academy where he runs afoul of his rival Hussein, the evil caliphate. Sudden fear. After a ambitious actor insinuates himself into the life of a wealthy middle-aged playwright and marries her, he plots with his mistress to murder her. The Big Trees. A Quaker colony tries to save the giant sequoia from a timber baron. The Big Trees. The Prisoner of Zenda. Adventure, music, and mystery. An Englishman vacationing in the Rutarian Kingdom is recruited to impersonate his cousin, the soon-to-be crowned king, after the monarch is drugged and kidnapped. The Bad and the Beautiful. An unscrupulous movie producer uses an actress, a director, and writer to achieve success. The Promoter. Comedy. Edward Macon, an Edwardian-era young rogue of lowly origin, decides he must do what he can to raise his living standards in order to see the world and shape his own destiny. The Iron Mistress, action-adventure biography. The life of 19th century pioneer Jim Bowie is portrayed. The Merry Widow. The Merry Widow is musical, and mystery. Operating under royal orders, a count must woo a young and wealthy widow in order to save a kingdom from bankruptcy. The Savage, action, drama, and romance. A white boy raised by the Sioux must choose sides when the Sioux threatens to go to war against the whites. The Savage. The Lusty Men, action, drama, and sport. Retired rodeo champion Jeff McLeod agrees to mentor novice rodeo contestant Wes Merritt against the wishes of Merritt's wife, who fears that the dangers of this roughly sport. We're Not Married. In separate stories, 5 wedded couples learn that they are not legally married. Comedy and romance. Next up we have is the classic, With a Song in My Heart. Biography, drama, and musical. A talented singer's musical career begins to sour. With a Song in My Heart. The World in His Arms. The World in His Arms is action, adventure, and mystery. In 1850 San Francisco, a Russian countess runs away from an arranged marriage to a Russian prince that falls into the arms of an American. Action, adventure, and history. What do you think about the films of 1952? Those were the best films, some of the not great films, some of the blockbusters, romance, comedy, thriller, drama, action, war. Those are the best films of 1952. Did I leave any films from 1952 that you remember that I left out? If so, I'd like to hear about them in the comment section below. Alright, I'm Tony. You're watching Yesteryear and Today. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.